The Asian Development Bank, or ADB, is trying to encourage the private sector across Asia to invest in solar energy, as many experts and participants of the third meeting of the Asia Solar Energy Forum in Bangkok point out how sun energy is a good business for the future. In an interview with the Thai news agency on last day of the third meeting of the Asia Solar Energy Forum in Bangkok, S. Chanda, the chair of the ADB's Energy Committee, points out how solar energy is growing exponentially across Asia, even as sun energy is at present only a substitute source of energy, playing a small supplementary role of less than 0.25% in Asia's overall electricity production. Chanda said the goal is to push solar into the mainstream of Asia's energy industry and eventually replacing fossil fuel-based conventional sources of energy. The only obstacle for solar to become an energy production capacity substitute lies in technology.
Technology is the one that determines to what extent can you substitute conventional energy with solar energy. Earlier, up to percentage, 5%, 6%, 10% input was allowed. Now, countries like Denmark, which have gone into the maximum upper limit, they allow even up to 24%, and the objective by 2030 is to increase this to 50%. But this kind of raising of the proportion requires a smart grid development of technologies such as smart grid and interactive responses of the network, which means you need more sophistication, more understanding of how the resource is based and used.
Chanda also said the ADB intends to increase electricity production output of solar in Asia by 1 to 2% in the next couple of years, as the bank is financing several projects in China, India, Thailand and the Philippines, as well as looking at a potential project in Uzbekistan. Through public-private partnership, the ADB wants to make solar energy a mature industry in Asia's energy sector, while demonstrating that the high cost of solar can be reduced as the demand increases. Some policymaker attending the Asia Solar Energy Forum meeting also stresses that more awareness on the benefit of solar is needed in order to convince the continent's private sector to invest in its future.
The biggest challenge is faith that people have in the technology. And when I say people, I'm talking about the investment companies, I'm talking about the lending agencies, and I'm also talking about the decision makers who have to make the decision to transform themselves from the existing ways of living to the new ways of living.
Under the Asia Solar Energy Initiative launched last year by the ADB, the bank targets that the Asian continent can generate 3,000 megawatts of electricity via solar by 2013 and also make solar energy more affordable at a cost equal to or lower than conventional sources of power.